Bobo?
Here.
Ms. Cohen is out. Mr. Each?
Present.
Ms. Estime Irvin?
Present.
Ms. Geimer?
Present.
Mr. McDermott?
Present.
Dr. Milian is out. Mr. Reynolds had confirmed, so I'm assuming he's going to be late. Mr. Sanchez?
Present.
Ms. Couch had confirmed also, so she should be coming soon. And Mr. Gentil, we have quorum.
Okay. All right. That being said, can we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, can I have a motion to approve the minutes of our January 7th meeting?
I second.
So Mr. Sanchez and Ms. Geimer.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Before we begin our items for tonight's meeting, I'd just like everybody to take just a brief moment. We have Enoch Millian, who was a member of this board. Some people refer to him as Pastor Enoch, is in hospice, and so is very, very ill. And so we'd like everybody to remember him in their prayers and just take a moment to remember him. He gave great service to the city, to a lot of organizations, and to the to this board. So
It's so sad.
thank you all very much. Okay, so we have agenda item number 1.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Before you is the audit presentation from HCT. It is our annual audit, and Mr. Harvey is here, Roderick Harvey, the CPA and managing partner of HCT, to do a presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Roderick Harvey with HCT. HCT is the CPA firm of record. We are going to go over the audit results for the period ended September 30, 2018. Based on our audits and our testing, we are issuing an unqualified opinion for the fiscal year 2018. An unqualified opinion means the financial statements are fairly presented in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles. To look at some of the year-end results, from the balance sheet perspective, total assets $4.9 million, and the net position is $4.3 million, and this is for the year ended September 30, 2018. Moving on to the statement of activities, or better yet, the profit and loss or income statement, you can see for the year ended 2018, revenues $3.3 million, expenditures $3.5, which gives us a decrease in net position of $267,000. And that decreases our ending net position, but again, we end up at $4.3 million. From a budgetary perspective, you have the original budget, the final budget, which you can see the original budget, which is $54 off, and then you have the budgetary results. As it relates to our management findings, we are required to report on any prior year findings or update you as a board. There were no findings in the prior year, which would be 2017. And based on our current year audit testing and results, we have no findings of material weakness, significant deficiencies, or any other matters that are required to be reported based on governmental auditing standards. This concludes our presentation. I will take any question if the board will allow. If I cannot answer, I will follow up with the board or the executive director with answers later as needed.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to also add that the finance department, our team is here. Ms. Margaret Miller and Mr. Serge Nicholas, they are the CRA finance team that takes care of our day-to-day books. So I'd like to acknowledge them.
Greetings.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Right, so I just want to clarify, especially we have the public here, what is the difference between unqualified opinion versus a qualified opinion?
Ooh.
Very good question.
Very good.
So a qualified, unqualified opinion, which is what we render, means that everything is okay in layman's terms. A qualified opinion, or what we call the except for opinion, means that everything is materially correct except for, that's a qualification, fill in the blank. So a qualified opinion means that something is wrong, something is off. In this case, the CRA received an unqualified opinion.
Thank you.
Great question.
Okay. Any other questions?
No. And for the record, I've already transmitted, these are audited financial statements. They are on our website for the general public, and I've already transmitted it to the county, our one of our funders, and the finance department will be transmitting it as part of their overall audit to the state once the city is done with their own audit. So we're on time, early, and doing it right.
We took in, on a tax increment revenue last year, or 2018, we took in
Mhm.
$4,908,000.
Mhm.
And what did we take in the year before, if I'm looking, $3 million. Okay, so we had a change of $1,315,000, which is good. All right,
Okay.
an increase of 37%.
It's expected to increase again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much.
All right.
Thank you all so
Okay,
much.
any other
Sir.
questions?
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
See you on Tuesday. Okay. Agenda item number 2.
Okay.
Isn't there a faster way to get to that when you get
All right, everybody has agenda item number 2 up?
Yes.
Okay,
One
cool.
second, 1 second.
Okay, all right,
Yeah?
thank you.
Yes, we're ready to go.
All right, agenda item number 2,
Thank you.
Ricky Thai Bistro Business Expansion Grant. I'm sorry, there's a typo, it says business attraction, but it is actually a business expansion. If you can come in and stand right here. Ricky Thai Bistro is a full-service restaurant. It's open since 2011. They currently employ 10 employees. They were given the opportunity to expand their space so they can double their seating. It used to be like a juice bar next to it, and they caught fire. So they're actually doubling their square footage, and that is part of the business expansion guidelines. So they're going to have from 29 to 67 seats. This requires interior paint, electrical, plumbing, mechanical upgrades, remodeling, new flooring, security system, and ADA compliant restrooms. The total cost of the project is $233,400. Staff recommends approval. As per the guidelines, under expansion, he can apply up to $150,000 with a 50-50 match. So 50% of $233,000 is $116,700. There are no violations on the property as we speak. The managing person for the Ricky Thai, Mr. Carafelli, is here if you have any questions.
Okay, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, absolutely. My background, I'm Italian. My wife.
Your name?
I'm sorry.
Name and address?
No worries.
My name is Giuliano Carrafelli, owner of Ricky Thai Bistro. My wife and I opened the restaurant in 2011 with few expectations, and it went a lot better than we were expecting, to the extent basically that has become one of the most recognized Thai restaurant in Miami. And after 8 years, it was time basically to either relocate or expand the business, because we get consistently busy and a lot of time we cannot see people. There was this opening close to us, and we just took advantage of. My pleasure.
Anybody have any questions?
I missed lunch.
That's not a question.
And do everything. I'm sorry. Very, very hard. Very
Yeah,
hard
no,
business.
You're doing the existing restaurant, and you're gonna go further east.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So it's gonna double in
actually
basically
west
the
of
The juice
west.
bar.
Yeah, the juice bar, that's
juice
west
bar
of
there,
it.
Yeah, I walk by the juice bar every day. yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, anybody?
That's interesting, Italian Thai.
Thai.
yeah.
Thai, Italian, wow.
Okay, if no other question, do I hear a motion to approve?
I so move.
Second.
Second.
Any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you. I was in the
Thank you very
Washington
much.
Mayfair
Alright.
district in London one year, and I came across a Polish-Mexican restaurant.
That's interesting.
Well, you know. Okay, agenda item number 3 is tomato basil. It's a beautification enhancement grant request. Tomato Basil, located at 653 Northeast 125th Street. This is a family-owned restaurant founded in 2015. They are looking for a grant to spruce up the inside and mainly to create a private outside garden in the backyard, in the back of the building. So it would be a step up and a pavilion for seating to allow for seating outside. The total cost of the project is $26,939.70. Under the beautification and enhancement grant, they can apply up to $25,000, and the applicant knows that they are responsible for the balance of the $1,900. The owner, Dana Lulich, is here. If you have any questions or comment, apart from we love her meatballs, like they're so good.
Hi everyone. My name is Dana Lulik. I'm actually from Argentina. We've been in the neighborhood for the past almost 4 years. We opened up in 2015, June. Well, first of all, I need to thank everybody for this opportunity. Our plans are to do a floor, a back patio, get some yoga classes, nice events with good vibes. So again, thank you very much for the opportunity. Any questions that you guys have?
Could you just explain briefly the pavilion that you were just explaining?
The changes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, on the inside, we're gonna do a floor. It's gonna be like a vinyl.
Okay.
It's gonna be in the kitchen and in the salon. And at the outside, what we have are 2 parking spaces. We're gonna do a fence. It's 400 square feet.
Okay.
It's gonna be a fence and a
It's on
deck.
page, it's on page 15 of your application. You can see the sample rendering of what it's gonna look like.
The back of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Page 15.
All right, and then you want, okay, this is what you're gonna put a fence around it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
There you
we
go.
did.
that'll look good.
We just wanted to be safe,
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
customers.
Okay.
Something like that, exactly.
Yeah, the back
And-
looks pretty.
And we worked with the building official to make sure that the required steps, it was ADA and
compliant.
Yeah, there's
everything,
an
yeah.
exit door
So
off the back as
she
well.
has, she's worked with us and the zoning department in terms of the sidewalk, cafe, permitting and all that other stuff. Okay? Any other
Okay,
questions?
Might wanna add too, that one of the things that the Downtown Development Authority is trying to do is create some sort of alleyway kind of,
Wow.
development, and this could be part of that.
Yeah, we
Village
talked to her.
Village.
We actually met, I think it's a lady, right? That she's taking,
Mhm,
she's in charge of the
Yes.
project at the alleys.
mhm.
So,
She stopped by last week and we met her.
Okay, very good. Okay, any questions? Do I have a motion?
Motion to proceed.
Second.
Any other questions? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thanks, Lynn.
It was a
Mary,
pleasure.
I'm in a
Thank you.
jam here. I'm on some other page.
Okay.
We're good?
We're good?
All right.
What do I
Let me
do?
flip to the next item. Ware Homes LLC. There are 2 applications in front of you. They are located, the first one is 13990 Northwest 6th Court. For you to know
Thanks,
what we're
Mary.
talking about, it's behind the police mini station. It's facing Northwest 6th Court. It's facing I-95. So on I-95, you'll see the one that's the marble
Oh, yeah.
store. That's them. And they also owned it's a 2-story warehouse that used to have a boating business in there, and then they bought that as well. So the grant they're applying for 2 grants. One is for each building. Okay? So the 13990 Northwest 6th Court, they're applying for a beautification grant. It's exactly what I was saying, is where the marble business is. So they're asking for a grant to cover the new rolling door, new AC, cut existing concrete blocks, and parking restriping. The total cost of the project comes up to $24,700 under the beautification and enhancement grant. It's they can apply up to 25,000, so this is actually under the 25 by $300. The violations on this property will be satisfied pending this grant award. So the code violation they got for helping in, for beautification, this grant would eliminate it. And as per our guidelines, as long as the grant is wiping out the violation, it qualifies.
Where is this again? I'm sorry, 7th Avenue or?
Northwest 6th
6th Avenue.
Right.
Yeah.
Court.
Court, yeah,
Court.
yeah, yeah.
You see?
south on the right-hand side.
Yes.
It's between the expressway.
Yeah, I got it.
The
Thank you,
owner,
thank you.
Jason Morjane, is out of town, but he sent his property manager, Ms. Carmen, I'm sorry, I forgot the
Hello.
last name.
Nevares.
Nevares.
Good
You'll see it on page
Um,
13.
Yeah.
It's on page 13, thank you.
Are you doing countertops there now?
Well, they are, yes. It's our tenant. It's our tenant. So it's our property, but we have a tenant there.
Okay, and they're doing countertops now?
And they do, yeah, they sell granite, different kinds of stones, and they
They
do.
look very nice.
Yes.
On the expressway.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, I gotta go-
that's
I'll
But
why
it'll
I.
look nicer
Exactly. They've,
once they get the,
all
you
of
know,
the stone
s-
inside
side,
the
the
building, the way
property,
it
and the
should be.
property roll-down
The
window.
original, yeah, the original door is too short,
Mhm.
so they can't get the slabs inside the building. So that's one of the main issues.
Yes.
And the
Wow,
parking lot
good.
is very deteriorated. It has a lot of holes that needs to be fixed, and then just have a much nicer view
Mhm.
from I-95.
Okay.
The other building is actually nicer, the 13810. It was
Yeah, but
already
we're-
remodeled.
Okay,
on the
we're
We're
outside.
doing one of
Okay.
them.
One at a time. Okay, any
Sorry.
questions?
I don't want to confuse.
Okay,
Okay.
do I hear a motion?
I so move.
Okay.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, now we go on to
And
the second
then
item.
item, yes, okay.
5.
The other item, property located at 13810 Northwest 6th Court. Again, they are the property owners. It's like a 2-story warehouse building. They need to make it accessible. They already have tenants in there, right?
Yes.
The challenge that they have is that when they bought the property, there were some items that were done illegally by the previous owner that they need to rectify so that they can come up to code for their tenants. Some of the improvements are the ADA compliant restrooms, new flooring installation, parking restriping, and an interior paint. The total cost of the project would be $90,000.
I think I'm going this way, right?
50% of that is $45,000. Again, this award would satisfy the violations that are on this property, and staff recommends approval.
Oh, 5, I'm outside, I'm 5. Oh, jeez.
Okay?
I have a
I
comment.
need to see an
Yes,
eye
sir.
going pretty soon.
Then when we put it together, we are approving 70,000
Mm-hmm.
for both projects.
Yep.
Okay.
But it's two different properties.
Right.
But
I
our,
know.
and just to be clear, our rehab grant is up to 100,000, and they're not applying for the full, so they're just, let's say, you could say they're splitting it, if you wanted to be technical about it. But they are still within the threshold,
And you-
okay?
All right, any questions?
No, can I get a motion?
Okay.
Mr.
motion
Sanchez?
approved. Okay. Second?
I second
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed?
Thank you.
Okay.
How was that? Tuesday, 5:30.
Yep.
Tuesday is the 12th.
12th.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank
Have a good
you.
night.
Thank you.
And we got
All right,
item-
for my attorney, do you have a report? Okay, for the executive director's side, I have 2 reports. One, the CRA budget is on the the Board of County Commission's agenda for tomorrow, so it passed committee meeting a couple of weeks ago, and this is pretty much standard, as you know. Once our budget is approved by the CRA board, then the city council needs to go to the Board of County Commission. So I'll be there tomorrow morning, all day until, the item is passed. Like I said, it's just pro forma. The other one, happy Chinese Lunar New Year. For those of you who were able to attend, thank you so much, Ms. Coble and Ms. Estime Irvin, for attending last week's festivities. Ms. Coble actually won some money, so she can take us out to lunch if she wants to. $100. From and it didn't come from the CRA, just for the record. It came from the China Chamber of Commerce.
Very good.
And and this is part of their tradition is to do that. The second item I needed to mention, Sam Blatt sent out a notice today. The Liberty Gardens groundbreaking has been postponed. It was supposed to be Wednesday, the 6th at 10 o'clock. He sent a notice this afternoon that it's been moved to the 13th at 10 o'clock. Liz is out today, that's why I wasn't able to forward it. Usually she forwards you all the invitations for events, but I wanted to make sure I verbally told you. So it's not the 6th anymore, it's the following week, the 13th, right before Valentine's Day.
You guys do Valentine's Day, I'm gonna need you to give me a note for this one, all right? You know how we do back in school?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse you for Valentine's?
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
A written excuse?
A written
Yeah.
excuse. Ain't gotta work.
All right.
It's not great.
And Mr. Chair, that's it for me, unless there's
Okay.
any
Is there
questions,
any, public
comments.
comment?
Are you gonna send an email about the?
Yes, I'm gonna, Liz is gonna send it
Any
tomorrow.
old business? Any new business? Do I hear a motion to
Did we ever
adjourn?
get anything on that breakdown, or is it gonna take a little while?
What breakdown?
The financial breakdown, how much money's coming from the business area versus the
Yeah,
RO?
I'm still working on it with
Okay.
the,
Oh, thank you,
yeah.
thank you. I know
But
it's
the
probably a
audit,
big project.
yeah, we had to get the audit out first, but yes, we're still working on it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, just of public interest,
Mhm.
the our North Miami Public Library, was one of 6 cities in the entire United States of America selected by a visit by the National Library Association for its many programs and community involvement in the things that they've done. And this Friday at 6 o'clock, the National Library Association out of Washington, D.C. will be visiting our North Miami Library. So please, if you can, come and be part of the celebration. And then on the following Saturday, and Ms. Couch, you want to tell us a little bit about?
Well, it's our Family Fun Day, and we'll be celebrating the Black History as well. And we'll be awarding the winners of the essay contest for Black History. And it's still all part of the theme of libraries equal strong community. And so that's our theme for this year. And everybody's welcome to come. We'll have a lot of things going on Saturday. But we have an art exhibit as well as a welcoming reception to the president of the National American Library Association. And I have some bookworms for you. It's got a little bit of information in here about that.
Okay.
So if everybody would like to have them.
Thank you.
Okay, is there any other business? Again, please, board members and those of you who knew him, please remember Dr. Melian in your prayers. And, you know, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Oh, my God.
So move.
Second?
Yes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Some more?